Good morning, good morning. Welcome to day 23, the problem-solving questions. What's something that we all as humans beings have in common? What's something we all have in common? We all have problems. The person who is homeless and the person who's a millionaire all have problems. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, old or young, we all struggle and have challenging problems in our lives. Everybody can relate. So examples of problems that we have in our lives, maybe it's a financial problem, a financial crisis, that debt, those bills that are weighing on your shoulders, especially this time of year when we're out busy shopping for our loved ones. Is that debt and that money issue, is that a problem in your life right now? What about our health? You know, at a time like this year, 2020, it really made us conscious of how we're treating our bodies and how healthy we are. You know, and we're protecting our health. Are you having a problem with your health? Is one of your loved ones in your family or friends, is that a problem in your life? What about your relationships? Your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your coworkers, with your neighbors? Do you have a problem? Is there an argument or a disagreement going on? What about in your workplace with your coworkers? I'm sure all of us can think of at least one area and issue that we have a problem in our life. Maybe it's a personal problem that we're struggling with our thoughts and feelings and where you are at in life right now. You know, in order to solve problems in our lives, we have to ask ourselves questions. We have to search for the answer. We ask ourselves questions, and questions are nothing but thought processes. Questions lead us to the answer. It's when our brain thinks. It's an evaluation that our mind has. We evaluate our problems through questions. You know, there's a quote that says, once you've identified the problem, you're halfway to the solution. You know, many of us go through life angry at the world, you know, just angry or upset or impatient or sad and depressed. And it's like, there's an issue, there's a problem, but many people don't identify it. We have to identify our problems. We have to write them out. We have to verbally state them so that we can find the solution, so that we can seek those answers through questions. And your brain is like a genie. Whatever you ask of it, it will give you. Whether it would be searching for the file in your brain to find it yourself because you have the answer, or whether it is searching for an answer through books, through other people, learning from someone else's experience, talking with a best friend. You know, questions immediately change what we focus on, and that changes how we feel. So when we're feeling down, depressed, upset, mad, angry, or when we're sad or stressed out about a problem in any of those areas, when we ask a question, the problem-solving questions, it immediately changes what we're focusing on. We no longer focus on our problem, and it changes our focus, and it searches and finds a solution. And that changes how we feel. Okay, ooh, can anybody relate to that? Okay, oh my gosh. So we want to be problem solvers. We don't want to waller in our self-pity. We don't want to waller and just keep going around in circles and dealing with the same problem over and over. We know that's insanity. We don't want to have the same problem in our finances year after year. Every December, we don't want to deal with these same finance problems, right? Every year, we don't want to struggle with that same issue with our spouse. It always comes back to the same argument. With our children, it's always the same issue, right? Clean up your toys. Do what you're supposed to. Just obey and be respectful, right? We don't want to keep gossiping and hearing the gossip at work and just going around and around with the same issue with the coworkers. It's like, solve the problem and get it over with. We all struggle with different areas, or with many of those areas in our life. Let's be problem solvers. Let's seek solutions. I'll share an example. Yesterday, I had a problem. I was struggling bad, and I'm a little nervous to share. I was tired. I don't want to share. I don't want to show my vulnerability. I'm the leader of this Kickstart Challenge. I'm supposed to be the strong one here. I'm supposed to know these answers, right? I'm supposed to be the leader here and lead you guys. But guess what? I'm struggling too. This one specifically. Yesterday I was tired. I was exhausted. I am like, and I missed the gym 3 days in a row. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I tired? And I wasn't asking a disempowering question because it might seem like that was, but I was truly trying to seek the answer. I feel tired. Okay, well, why do I feel tired? I was like, okay, I think I'm getting enough sleep. I'm obviously eating healthy. I'm on a plant-based diet. But I haven't gone to the gym. So I'm like, okay, I didn't go to the gym for 3 days in a row. And sometimes when you are stagnant, that just makes you more tired. And so I'm like, okay, is it because I haven't gone to the gym that I'm feeling this way? I felt stressed and overwhelmed. I'm dealing with some, issues with a family member's health, and they have to have surgery. And I'm just super nervous and stressed about that. And it's just like, and then it just keeps piling. Oh, I'm upset about this. I'm stressed about this. And this is a challenging, and it just all piles up. All the women can relate to that, right? So I had all these problems, and I just kept stacking them. And I kind of lost what was the actual problem. And overall, the actual problem was that I was tired, and that I was upset that I missed the gym. And some of you are like, really? You just missed the gym for 3 days? Psh, Amy, I missed the gym for a month. What are you talking about? Right? But my standard is to go to the gym at least 4 or 5 days a week, and it just makes me feel better. So when I didn't go to the gym, I felt bad, and it just piled up, and then all the problems piled up, and I felt horrible. I felt horrible. And so I was crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need help. I can't seem to solve this problem myself. I know I need help. I reached out to a friend. They encouraged me. They just helped me. And just when we were talking, I was like, okay, I feel a lot better. Sometimes you just need to express how you feel and get it off your chest. You need to express your problems with that loved one or with that best friend, and, to get it off your chest, right? We all know that. And so I shared my issue, and they told me things that were encouraging. Most of the things were things that I already knew. But it's like, I know these things. Amy, why aren't I doing them? Why aren't I focusing on the solution? Guys, some of us, we just need a friend to talk to remind us of what we already know. Sometimes when you don't have those solutions, when you don't know the answer to your problem, you have to ask another person. Or you may need to go read a book, right? Or you may need to pray, or you may need to just take action on something to see if that's the solution. And so I sat down yesterday evening after that to review the topic for this morning. The topic today, the problem-solving questions. And I'm sitting here like, I'm like, Amy, isn't that just a slap in the face? I was sitting here struggling on a topic that I'm supposed to be presenting my people, my group, I'm supposed to be the strong one here and have it all together. And I was like, well, I'm a failure. And then the doubt crept in, and then I just felt worse, But it's like the problem-solving questions. These problems that we face, there's a quote that says, it has within it the seeds of its own solution. So these problems that we go through and face, we can have the answer. We can have the solution where it might be whether we have to find that file in our own brain. It might be where we have to go read that book. It might be where we have to hear that encouragement from that friend. It might be that you need to come on a 30-day Kickstart Challenge to get kicked in the rear, to remind yourself what you already know, and learn some new tools and strategies that will help you to improve the quality of your life, right? We have the answers. We have the problems, so we can get the answers to our problems, okay? And so we can't solve our problems with the same mindset that created the problem. As I was thinking in a disempowering state last night, I was down. You can relate in different areas of your life. We're down about that problem. We're discouraged, we're upset, or we're angry, or we're frustrated about a specific area, whether it's your bills, your relationships, your work, your career, your personal issues, And so we have to level up and find the solution. We can't just waller and stay there. We have to find the answer. So these problem-solving questions, I have them written on a card here. I got all this. This is from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within. Most of the topics I'm presenting over the course of this challenge are from his book, Awaken the Giant Within. If you want to read it for yourself, I highly recommend it. That book completely changed my life 8 years ago. So the problem-solving questions. Number one, what's great about this problem? What's great about it? And you might first think, what the heck? It's a problem. There's nothing great about it. But guys, remember, our problems come before the solution. Our problems are there because they're showing us in an area where we need to grow. It shows us where we need to grow, what we don't quite have mastered yet, right? So this problem that I'm dealing with and that you're dealing with currently in your life, it's showing you where you need to grow. Maybe you need to level up. Maybe you need to learn how to better handle that so you can be stronger. It's an area of growth. The second question, what's not yet perfect? What's not yet perfect in your life? Well, my daily schedule is not yet perfect. I get thrown off when my schedule's off, and now I'm on winter break, and some people are like, woo, winter break, yeah, I love it. Can sleep in and all this stuff. And I get thrown off. I'm like, hold up, my schedule's thrown off. And so I'm very thankful for the time, but it's like almost more difficult for me when I have a break because I have to really allot my time and have fix my own schedule. So, okay, so that's not yet perfect yet. The consistency and how I feel is not yet perfect because most of the time I'm great, but then I'll have that one day or two in the month. It's like, bam, like, horrible. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the next one, what am I willing to no longer do in order to make it the way I want it? So what am I willing to no longer do? I'm no longer willing to complain. I'm no longer willing to waller in self-pity. I'm no longer going to worry about this. I'm no longer just going to sit and be stagnant about this issue. Question 5, the last question. How can I enjoy the process now while I do what is necessary to make it the way I want it? And that's what my friend reminded me of. How can you enjoy it now? This is what you're going through. This is the process. This is the path that you were on. Enjoy the path. We wouldn't have, these great moments in our lives without the pain. You would not be where you are today if you didn't go through those challenging problems that you've experienced in the past. You will not be where you will be tomorrow, next month, next year, if you are not struggling with the issue that you're currently struggling with right now. Woo! Can I get an amen? Okay, so how can you enjoy the process right now? Guys, you can just breathe. You can give yourself grace. Know that you are on the right path, right? Know that you are growing. Know that this is the path for you, and appreciate where you are because it's leading you to where you want to be. But be in the now, right? Okay. So, what problems are you facing right now? Do you want to lose that weight? Do you want to eat healthier? Do you want to be consistent? Do you want to improve that relationship? What area do you want to improve in your life? What problem are you struggling with in your life? Ask these powerful problem-solving questions, because when we ask these problem-solving questions, it immediately changes our focus. Remember, it immediately changes our focus on the problem. It puts us in a solution mindset, seeking solutions. It changes how we feel. It changes how we think. And then it changes what we do, the action. Let's solve this by making a different decision, right? I want to leave you with a Bible verse. It's Isaiah 41:10. God says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my right hand of my righteousness." So let's use these problem-solving questions today to go solve problems.